and hello everyone. I'm Rosita Dola. So right now, I'm participating in INATEX 2020 Industrial Art and Technology Exhibition. And today I will share with you the success story of Dr.Z NanoFuel patch as fuel economizer and anti-pollution device. And I will tell you what Dr.Z NanoFuel patch can do for you to get these results. So what is it actually? What is Dr.Z NanoFuel patch? So the environment nowadays concerned on the green technology for less carbon emission and fuel consumption saving. So less carbon emission means less air pollutants emitted by the vehicles such as carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, oxygen and particulate matters. And also, in addition, the fuel consumption saving acts as the fuel economizer to reduce the fuel used by the vehicle. And here are the main ingredients used to make Dr.Z NanoFuel patch, and this bio-oil actually produced by the thermochemical pyrolysis process by using this biomass base under certain parameters set by the pyrolysis reactor. So this is the biomass base. We increase the value from low value added to the high value added and convert it into this product from the waste to wealth. And also, Dr.Z NanoFuel patch have won certain awards in MTE, for example, 2020 Malaysia Technology Expo. We won the best award for the protection of the environment, energy, water, wastewater sanitation, and green technology. And also, we won the Gold Award for the Invention and Innovation Awards 2020, and also the awards for the International Award of Merit by the Republic of Croatia. And INATEX 2020 really gives us a bright future ahead for Dr.Z NanoFuel patch to give the contribution to Malaysia and the nation. And the novelty of Dr.Z NanoFuel patch is actually for the two functions as a low carbon emission and also the fuel saver. And Dr.Z NanoFuel patch is a non-wire cutting device for vehicle. Unlike other fuel saver, no addition to fuel is made. And also, we just patch this adhesive to the fuel hose. And we also use the nanofluidics technology in the product. The behavior and control of fluids are by the nanometer particle size less than 100 nanometer size. The new idea and degree of inventiveness, we tackle the debate of climate change, and we need a strategy for the global warming. And this is one of the strategies to reduce the carbon emission from the vehicle, in other words, to save the world from the greenhouse gas emission. And the technology for the nanofluidics is actually used for low carbon enabler for the vehicles and produce the greener and cleaner emission from the exhaust. And the technology innovation or scientific principle behind it is actually focused on the characteristics to separate the impurities in the fuel. It does lead to a complete combustion. And also, the parameter that we emphasize here is actually the ionic distribution, the kinetic phenomena, and also the nanoscale force are the reactions that actually neutralize the fuel molecules in the engine. So before we put Dr.Z NanoFuel patch, we can see a scattered molecule in the fuel. But after we put Dr.Z NanoFuel patch at the fuel hose, we can see a nanomass or uniform mass molecule in the fuel hose, which actually leads to a complete combustion and give us a low carbon emission and also low fuel consumption. So the main concept here is using the nanoporosity, the size exclusion of the fuel molecule, and also the adsorption and also the nanochannel in the fuel hose. And the chemical theory behind it, what happened for the nanoknives and how Dr.Z nanoknives the fuel molecule is based on the zeta potential measurement. Zeta potential measurement actually indicates the stability of the fuel itself. The scattered molecule actually gives us a lower zeta potential result, and on the other hand, if we have a higher zeta potential, it shows that a very stable measurement by the fuel does lead to a complete combustion in the engine. So that's how we measure the Dr.Z NanoFuel patch by using zeta potential in millivolt units. So the one with patch will have higher value. For example, you can see from the results 527 millivolts compared to the without Dr.Z is only about negative 90.91, very low zeta potential value. And Dr.Z NanoFuel patch solves a real-world problem because we mitigate the pollution problem and climate change by reducing the carbon emission. And also, we save the fuel consumption for the vehicle, motorcycle, and the car. For the social impact, P40, it acts as a social for the fuel economizer, which provides us greater fuel saving for the society. And also, this is an everyday approach. And this is not a one-off approach. So if we use the Dr.Z NanoFuel patch, it shows that we really support the low carbon emission from the fuel, and also we make the world a better living because we reduce the pollution in the air. And this product also aligns with SDG, Sustainable Development Goal number 13, which is climate action, and also number 7 as the affordable and clean energy. And from here, we can see the result for CO, CO2, and AFR. These are the three parameters which we measure Dr.Z NanoFuel patch performance. Looking at the example for number 1, Honda RS 150, before Dr.Z we have 2% of CO. After we put the patch, we can get 0.53% of CO. So reduction of 73% of CO. And for CO2, we can see reduction of 3.85% of CO2 before and after. And for AFR, we target to optimum value of 14 or 14. Yeah? 14, value 14 shows a very stable optimum value of AFR, air fuel ratio. And when we put the patch, we can get the value nearly to 14. For example, for Honda RS, we have 13.53 after we put the patch. Compared to before, it's about 12 AFR. And this is also dyno test result, whereby we can see the extra mileage for the dyno test before and after. We get difference of 8 km for this particular example. And for the CO, CO2 and AFR, we can see the difference in each respective parameter that we measure. For CO, 46% of reduction, CO2, 26% of reduction, and also AFR, we can nearly to 14 value of the optimal value. Next, for the technology application, it is really relevant to Malaysia industry because we use green technology from the biomass waste and we convert it into high impact. For the significant knowledge, we use the nanofluidics technology, and it works on nanofluidics concept, which allows the nanomolecules transport via biomass fluid bonded with nanocomposite fiber medium, which then being assembled in a patch adhesive. So this is the adhesive, yeah. And also nanofluidics minimize the adsorption and impurities, thus lead to complete combustion in the engine. And commercial potentiality, yes, we did some market survey, and competitive advantage that we can share here, we have 5. First is the source, because we use biomass waste. Second is the technology itself, because we emphasize on nanofluidics technology. And we also use a non-wire cutting method, because this is a very positive results that we have, because we didn't do any modification from the engine, and also without hassle we can install this Dr.Z NanoFuel patch to the vehicle. Number 4 is the price, very competitive, because we have 2-in-1 function, low carbon and also fuel saver, and it has very big impact to the society. And market need analysis, we will produce the product and market it to a bigger category for the motorcycles. And currently there are no direct competitors that have 2-in-1 function like what we have in Dr.Z. And most of the product outside, they claim that they can reduce the fuel consumption, but there's no empirical data that can support the documents. But with the university, we can produce it all with this research. And potential industry partner, yes. For example, right now, we are in the midst of making a UTM spin-off company under the name of Navios Industries Sdn Bhd. And also this company is going to be a UTM spin-off company to commercialize the research. And we did receive some order from IKBN and also PDRM to reduce the carbon emission. Yeah. And for Hari also Sedunia recently, we closely work with Jabatan Nanofluidics Malaysia, and they really impressed with our product and research in UTM, and they would offer a very good collaboration with Jabatan Nanofluidics Malaysia and Dr.Z NanoFuel patch in order to reduce the pollution. And strategy for commercialization, we will do various marketing strategies such as product launch, advertising, promotion, on-ground event, roadshow, exhibition, online marketing, direct dealer, distributor and agents, mass media advertising, sales-driven campaign, and CSR also. We will not forget about CSR. And target market, motor vehicle, our target, and also industry partner or manufacturer that require nanotechnology raw material for their product and application. Number 3, target market for nanofluidics technology. For those who need these services of nanofluidics technology, we can produce a nanofluid. And also we target 100% domestic sales for the first phase of business startup. As for now, we have submitted 2 intellectual properties for Dr.Z NanoFuel patch. The first one is the trademark for Dr.Z NanoFuel patch, and also we have submitted the copyright for Dr.Z NanoFuel patch as fuel economizer and anti-pollution device at my IPO. And publication related to the research, yes. We did some publication and produced some papers on the catalytic fast pyrolysis for the reaction inside the reactor itself. And also, we produced the paper in the for the review paper of the biofuel from oil palm, empty fruit bunch, the current state, potential, barriers and way forward in some of the journal paper to have a better overview of what is actually the state of the art of the biomass renewable energy. Okay, right now we are doing the demonstration for Dr.Z NanoFuel patch, and I'm with Yamaha motorcycle 125ZR. So we take this Dr.Z packaging, peel it off, and all the ingredients that I've made for Dr.Z NanoFuel patch is already all in here. And then you observe the correct things. So this is a fuel tank, and then make sure you take the fuel hose and wrap it up. Make it neat. Okay, so we have this nanofluidics technology from the patch to the hose. And let it be like 2 to 3 days to familiarize with all the parts of the vehicle. And we have the nanoscale forces, our unique distribution, and also the kinetic forces will enhance and uniformize the fuel molecule that will lead to a complete combustion of the engine, and it will give us a lower consumption of the fuel and also lower carbon emission at the exhaust. So as easy as that. Thank you.